Good morning, good evening, Megan Mitchell, November 20th, and I'm continuing my topic on communication. I've been discussing the podcast with Jefferson Fisher and his brilliant understanding of communicating with others and how we can become better communicators through simple changes in how we say things and what we say, the words we use. So far, I've discussed the breath, saying less, which is more. And yesterday I talked about when an apology isn't the best thing. Today I want to talk about what's under the surface. Right now we have a ton of stuff going on in Victory with Ash, but on the surface, some people think that we're waiting or that we don't have anything going on. When in reality, there's so much more happening than we can possibly know. And it's exciting because we know something great is going to come out of it. But in terms of communication, we have to think about people not as we see them, not as we can't take them for face value. You know, we have this terrible habit of trying to convince people of something. You know, we think that if we tell them something that they're immediately going to be persuaded to believe or to buy into whatever we're saying. What's important is that we can understand what's behind what they're saying. Jefferson talks about the concept of 2 glasses of water in a conversation. And when they're both full, the person speaking, the person you're trying to convince, when they're both full, there's no room for any more water to be poured into the other person's cup. We think that just because we are convicted in our beliefs, that they will too be convinced. What we have to remember is we are not talking to the person in front of us. We are talking to all of their past experiences. We are talking to the good experiences, the bad experiences, and we have to take time to unpack where those beliefs come from. He talked about a particular case where he was dealing with a man who clearly had a very strong distaste for attorneys. And when he sought to understand, he realized that the man was dealing with, I believe, either the death of his mother or his mother going into assisted living. I can't remember the exact story. And this man had had very negative experiences with an attorney. So immediately his guard was up. We talk about, we think about going to a restaurant and dealing with a waitress that seems short with us. When what we don't know is that the waitress is 2 hours over her shift and she doesn't know if the sitter is going to be able to keep taking care of her kid. So she's concerned. When we unpack, when we seek understanding with the other person in our conversation, we can unpack some of those things that are filling up their cup. Only when the cup is emptied out a little bit can we pour some more into their cup. We can pour a little bit more of our information, our experiences into theirs. And only then can we possibly change their mind or give them a new understanding, help them to see things our way. I think this is an incredible thought. I think the best communicators understand that when they're talking to a person, they can't take the conversation at face value. They have to look behind what's being said for the meaning. As we move forward with Victory with Ash and we interact with others, Take some time, unpack their experiences, understand that they have a totally unique set of experiences other than yours, and they may not align with yours. I hope this is another meaningful conversation about communication. And as we move forward, I know that we're all going to become better communicators, and we're going to become better at many things, because that's what Victory with Ash is all about. Have a blessed Thursday.